This is a map of our globe. You might think our map is completely neutral. After all, physical geography is pretty objective, right? Our map's not completely factual and scientific. The short answer is no. Maps are political. The history of cartography, which can be defined as the art, science, and technique of creating and studying maps and charts to communicate spatial information, spans from prehistoric representations to digital modern-day mapping. The earliest maps date back to cave paintings during the Old Stone Age. The concept of a spherical Earth and a coordinate system was not introduced until the era of ancient Greek thinkers, as well as latitude and longitude, which was defined by Claudius Ptolemy. Going back in time now, in 600 BCE, the Babylonians created the first world map on clay tablets, symbolically placing Babylon at the center of the world surrounded by ocean. The world was represented by basic geometric shapes. The Persians and Egyptians were purposefully left out. What is excluded from the map matters just as much as what is included. Communities, borders, and histories can disappear simply by not being shown. Unfortunately, this often afflicts informal settlements and marginalized communities. Naming is also an act of power. Maps decide which names appear and which are erased. Indigenous names have often been replaced by colonial ones. Places labeled empty or unnamed are easier to claim, control, or ignore. Power controls visibility, and invisibility is a political condition. Maps don't show everything. Maps show what the mapmaker thinks is important, meaning each map involves decisions. Borders are political decisions. Borders on maps look natural and permanent. In reality, many of them are a result of war, colonization, and political negotiation. When borders are placed on a map, political decisions are transformed into something that appears fixed and unquestionable. For example, the straight-line borders in Africa, drawn by European powers. Maps were tools of empire. Historically, maps were used to plan conquests, extract resources, control populations, and justify ownership. Cartography was a technology of rule. The Roman Empire used maps for administration, while the Chinese became more sophisticated in maritime and terrestrial cartography from the 5th century BCE. During the medieval period, maps were highly religious and symbolic rather than accurately scaled. Early modern Europeans during the Age of Exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries required accurate maps for long-distance sea travel, leading to advancements in navigation. In 1569, Gerardus Mercator developed the Mercator map projection. What exactly is a projection? A map projection is a mathematical method used to represent the three-dimensional spherical surface of the Earth on a two-dimensional flat surface. Projections are chosen based on the goal. Some projections maintain accurate shapes, while others preserve accurate areas. Projection is ideology. The purpose of the Mercator projection was to help sailors navigate, so its key feature is that it preserves direction, making straight-line navigation possible. The trade-off is that it distorts size, especially near the poles. That means that Europe and North America appear larger than they are in actuality, and Africa, South America, and South Asia appear smaller than they truly are. In real life, Africa is about 14 times larger than Greenland. On the Mercator map, they seem similar in size. The math itself wasn't political, but the decision to use this map everywhere was. For centuries, Mercator became the default classroom map and the normal image of the world. It was a visual hierarchy where Europe felt central and dominant. It reinforced Eurocentric world views, even if that wasn't the original intent. In the modern era during the 19th and 20th centuries, improvements in surveillance, printing, and the advent of aerial photography and later satellite imagery allowed for highly precise mapping. Now, in the digital age of the 20th and 21st centuries, geographic information systems have made detailed mapping accessible, shifting from physical artifacts to dynamic, user-controlled digital data. Maps remain political today. Digital maps guide movement, shape, access, and influence what we see. Borders appear differently, depending on who is viewing them. Technology has not removed power from mapping. It has embedded it more deeply. Maps do not just describe the world, they organize it. They reflect political decisions and help make those decisions seem natural. This is political.